You know the saying, right? Oil and water don't mix, but in our story, they certainly do. We're delving into the captivating tale of how oil, water, and rare minerals collide in the arena of geopolitics. But will the race for oil, water, and rare minerals unite or divide nations? Get ready to unveil the geopolitics of natural resources. Centuries ago, brave European explorers set sail on daring expeditions, hungry to discover new territories. But let's be real, their motives were quite the mix. Some searched for valuable resources, others craved national prestige in an intense rivalry between European powers. And of course, there was a dash of religious missionary fire. These explorations not only opened up new lands, but also set the stage for European domination. Fast forward to today, and guess what? Geopolitics is still the name of the game when it comes to global resources. But wait, there's a twist. Enter the era of globalization, where companies are like treasure hunters, searching for new territories with lower production costs and precious resources. And trust us guys, the competition is fierce. Leading nations and transnational companies are in a madness, intensifying their search and staking their claim to those resource-rich areas. It's like an intense game of capture the resource flag. But hey, it's not just a historical tale. It's happening right now. The drama is real, and the stakes are sky high. Now, you might wonder, what's so special about these resources? Well, they're like gold nuggets of the modern world. We're talking about oil, the liquid gold that fuels our lives, water, the liquid diamond that sustains us, and rare minerals, the gems that power our technology. Everyone wants a piece of the action, but with all this drama comes controversy and some not-so-subtle sarcasm. Who knew resources could ignite such an intense debates and heated discussions? The perspectives keep on changing, and the competition only gets more cutthroat. Geopolitics, guys, is a triple threat. First, it's all about territorial influence and power. Second, it uses geography as a lens to understand what's happening in the world. And third, it gives us future-oriented insights, like a crystal ball predicting global trends. Now, let's talk about oil and gas, the dynamic duo shaping the balance between energy exporters and importers. The tug-of-war between supply and demand affects energy security, military strength, and the global power forces. It's like a heavyweight bout, and major players are seeking for the top spot. And comes the stars of the show, the rare earth elements also known as rays. Sounds exotic, right? Well, they have 15 elements found on the periodic table, and they're not as rare as you might think. The real challenge is their concentration and whether it's cost-effective to mine them. But hang on guys, these rays aren't just for show. They play major roles in catalysts, alloys, ceramics, and even defense applications. Yes, we're talking night vision goggles, precision-guided weapons, and aerospace electronics. When defense comes into play, things get critical. It's like flipping a switch that changes the whole game. Now brace yourselves for the clash of the titans, China and the United States. They're locked in a trade war that might see resolution, but their tech war is here to stay. As the world moves towards low-carbon energy sources, the action of energy geopolitics are shifting too. The once dominant geopolitics of oil and gas is gradually giving way to the geopolitics of the energy transition, like a changing of the guard, with new players taking the stage. China takes the spotlight as the largest producer and consumer of these valuable resources. 10 years ago, China held a 95% monopoly over rare earth production. And guess what? They used this power to restrict exports, causing prices to rise. But it didn't stop there. They continued to secure resources beyond their borders. Fast forward to 2020, and the tides have turned a bit. China's dominance has dipped to 57.6% of global production, with Brazil and Vietnam stepping up as key players. Now, the energy transition adds a new layer of complexity. Major fossil fuel companies are feeling the pressure, facing the energy transition challenge. European international oil companies, also known as IOCs, are taking note and making bold moves. They're publishing new climate strategies, rethinking fossil fuel projects, and venturing into low-carbon power generation, like wind and solar. It's like the energy transition race where companies rush to adapt and survive. The oil majors are diversifying their activities, but the future remains uncertain. Will they be able to build new capabilities and succeed in this changing landscape? Only time will tell. Yet, here's the catch. Many European countries still heavily rely on Russian oil, gas, and coal. They collectively hand over a staggering $1 billion in fossil fuel revenues to Russia every single day. As fears about energy security take center stage, the prices of oil and gas have skyrocketed, leaving climate change in the dust as policy drivers. Governments are racing to reduce their reliance on Russian energy, and some international oil companies have even exited Russia altogether. What are your views on the struggle for natural resources? Will they be utilized according to environmental needs, or will geopolitics disrupt the chain? Comment down below.